Hey everybody, it's Big Chris and we're back for another video, and today we're going to be talking about yoga. What is yoga? It's just holding positions, isn't it? I guess. Or where does it come from? Well, let's find out. So yoga, it orientates from ancient India. It's actually thousands of years old, and the word yoga comes from the Sanskrit language, which means to yoke or to unite. So the practice of yoga is based on the philosophies of Hinduism, and it aims to bring the mind, the body and spirit into a balance. So the history of yoga can be divided into four periods. We have the Vedic period, the pre-classical period, we have then the classic period, and then the post-classic period, just to kind of confuse everybody. So the Vedic period is 1500 BC to 500 BC. The earliest mention of yoga can be found in the Rig Veda, which is one of four sacred texts of Hinduism. So the Rig Veda is a collection of hymns and chants that were used by the Vedic priests during religious ceremonies. So the hymns describe the practice of yoga as a means of achieving spiritual enlightenment. So the second part is the pre-classical period, 500 BC to 200 BC. During this period, the Upanishads were written. So the Upanishads are a collection of texts that explain the philosophies of Hinduism. They describe yoga as a means of achieving spiritual liberation by controlling the mind and senses. The third one is the classical period, 200 BC to 500 AD. This period saw the development of the Yoga Sutras, written by sage Patangala. The Yoga Sutras are a collection of 196 apparitions that describe the 8 limbs of yoga, such as yama, moral code, niyama, self-purification. You have postures, breath control, sense withdrawal, you've got concentration, meditation, enlightenment. All these things obviously have an Indian wording for them and spelling. I'm just giving you the English versions. So the last one, the post-classical period, 500 AD to the present day. So during this period, various yoga schools and lineages have emerged, each with their own unique approach to yoga. Some of the most well-known schools include the Hatha Yoga and Kundalini Yoga, as well as Ashtanga Yoga. So Hatha Yoga is the physical practice that focuses on posture and breathing techniques. It aims to balance the body and mind to achieve a spiritual enlightenment. So Hatha Yoga is the most widely practiced form of yoga in the Western world. So the next one that we talked about was Kundalini Yoga. So Kundalini Yoga is the practice that focuses on awakening what they call the Kundalini energy, which is said to be focused in the base of your spine. So the practice involves posture, breathing techniques, meditation to achieve the Kundalini energy and achieve spiritual enlightenment. I could probably do with a bit of that myself. So Ashtanga Yoga is the physical demanding practice that involves a set sequence of postures. So the practice aims at purifying the body and the mind and achieving once again spiritual enlightenment. So Ashtanga Yoga is often practiced in a heated room, and this promotes things such as detoxification and encourages sweating. In the 20th century, who are the big yoga influencers? So yoga has gained popularity in the West, and this is thanks to the efforts of several Indian gurus. One of the most well-known gurus is a person known as Swami Vivekananda, who travelled to the United States in 1893 and attended the World Parliament of Religion in Chicago. He introduced yoga to the Western world and gained a following of students who were interested in learning about this new practice. So yoga as a fitness trend. So in the 1980s, it saw the emergence of yoga as a fitness trend with the creation of yoga videos. You got yoga classes, and it focused on physical fitness. This trend continued into the 1990s with the creation of yoga studios and the expansion of yoga into mainstream culture. So in the 2000s, yoga continued to grow in popularity with the development of new styles such as yin yoga, which focuses on passive stretching and long holds. a little bit like that, I guess. And you've got acro yoga, which combines yoga poses with acrobatics and partner work. So yoga has also become more accessible through online classes and smartphones. We've all got the old phone apps, which make it so much easier for people to practice at their own homes. And today, yoga continues to be practiced and promoted through physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. And it has the potential to bring people together and share in this idea which we know today as yoga. So once again, everybody, thank you very much for watching this video on the history of yoga. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you later.